Hey guys, and welcome back to Simplify with Sarah. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Sarah. I make videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on some cleaning, organizing, and decluttering motivation. If that is something that you are interested in, I would love it if you would consider sticking around and subscribing below, and also leaving me a thumbs up if you like this kind of content. And welcome back to all my returning subscribers. I love you guys. You guys are the best. All right, so today we are going to be cleaning out and organizing my fridge. So I'm going to start out by taking everything out so that I can give it a good wipe down. All right, and now that my fridge is all wiped out, I'm going to move on to some prepping of the fruit. So one of the main reasons I like to prep my fruit is that I have found that when you remove grapes off of the rind, they last a lot longer than if you leave them on the rind. And then another tip is when your fruit is prepped, you're way more likely to eat it and not let it go to waste. All right, and now I'm going to create a vinegar wash for my fruit. And so according to the Google, you can use a vinegar wash to kill any potential bacteria. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to place my grapes into this wash for about 10 minutes, and then I'm going to rinse them off, and then they are all prepped to eat, and it'll be great. Now I'm going to move on to my strawberries. I'm going to start out by giving them a quick rinse, and then after which I'm going to bring them over to my counter and I'm going to cut them. And I like to cut my strawberries in fourths. One of my favorite ways to eat strawberries is dipped in chocolate, and I have found that if I wash them and get them all prepped and get them in like the fourths, then that way when I go to eat that chocolate, first of all, my strawberries are dried off, so it makes it so the chocolate sticks a lot better. And it also makes it so if I just want a couple pieces of strawberry on the side of a meal or in a salad or anything like that, it just makes it a lot easier to pull these out and throw them with whatever I want to eat, and it just makes it a lot nicer. And I'm just going to quickly do another vinegar rinse with these strawberries. Next, I'm going to be placing the two bottom containers back into the fridge. They just hold water bottles. We don't really ever put fruits or vegetables in there because they can be forgotten, and then I have wasted more food that way. So that's why I like to keep everything out in the open, and that way I don't waste any food. Moving on, I am going to be replacing my condiments in the fridge, which condiments are like the best. Can we all just be grateful for how good food tastes with different condiments? And so how I'm organizing it is just different items that I'll generally pull out together. I'm just trying to put them in about the same section in the fridge, and it just makes it a lot easier for when I am trying to grab things. Now I'm going to quickly stick everything in. Generally, I like to keep things that I use most often towards the top, and then in my little drawer I'm just going to be keeping my tortillas, my lunch meats, and my guac. And then I'm going to put leftovers on the top as well, and then I like to keep eggs right below my guac. It's awesome. And then I have my sour cream and my little dip right there. It's beautiful, beautiful. Do you kind of see where I'm going with this? Next, I'm going to fill up my Brita. That is how I filter my water. It just makes it a lot better with what we have. We'll probably buy some sort of filter in the future, but that's what we use for now. And then I had an old mayo that I needed to toss because it was over a month expired, so I ended up tossing that, and we already have a new one. And then next, I'm going to move on to rinsing off my fruit and getting it into the fridge. So I'm going to start off with my grapes. I'm just going to get that all ready, and I'm just going to do a quick rinse of my bowl, and I'm also going to rinse off the grapes. And honestly, you cannot taste any of the vinegar. They taste perfect. I'm just going to use a resealable lid. This is a Rachel Ray one, and it has a really good section. And I'm going to move on to doing the same thing with my strawberries. I'm just going to quickly rinse them off, and I'm also going to do a quick rinse for my apples. I'm just going to do a rinse for them and just leave them in for a little bit to kill off any bacteria that may be on them. And then after my apples have sat in the little bit of vinegar and water solution, I'm going to quickly rinse them off and then just place them in a bowl. And then after which I'm just going to quickly dry them off before I put them in the fridge. I'm also going to prepare a couple apples just because it makes it a lot easier to just pull them out and eat them. and I'm just going to quickly cut out the core and just cut them in slices, and then just place them into a container and put a lid on. Alright, now moving back to my strawberries, I'm going to quickly rinse them off, place them into a container, and put an airtight lid on them. And then I am going to move on to actually prepping an onion. So I'm actually going to cut up an onion and stick it in my fridge because we're going to be using them, and then that way a little bit later I can already have the dishes done from this, and I can use my onion in the dinner that I was making, and then I could already be done with all my cutting. Okay, now I'm going to replace those back into my fridge, and then I'm also going to use a clear container from the Target. And Targets are my favorite because Walmart has the same looking ones, except Walmart seems to have more of a rounded bottom to where you can't fit as much in. So I love the Target ones, and I'm just going to put my protein shakes in there, and I think it looks so good. And that's it for my fridge organization. I hope you guys liked it. And then a quick peek into my freezer. I just have some frozen bananas, some wontons, some frozen bread, some spinach, a cold pack, so if my daughter gets a boo-boo. Also some frozen chicken, some garlic mix, some more wontons, some chicken nuggets, some bread, some berries, some sausage patties, some ice. Perfect. Alright, and that is it for today's video. If you guys like the video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and also consider subscribing down below. And I hope that this video was able to give you the inspiration and motivation that you need to clear out your fridge. And yeah, I will see you guys next time in my next video. Love you guys. Bye!